The Morgan Report with David Morgan. Discover how to build and protect your wealth at themorganreport.com.
David Morgan of themorganreport.com for the week ending 1 March 2024. Well, another month is upon us already. So this weekend we will be posting the Morgan Report premium service, and briefly to go through it, talked about the death of Nathan Rothschild. And let me back up for a second. We hit an all-time high, nominal all-time high in gold Friday. So congratulations to gold holders, traders, whoever's long gold. I do want to point out, as I did on my Twitter feed, that that is an all-time record, but it's in nominal value. In other words, the 850 price in January 21st, 1980 certainly buys more than the $20,087 or whatever the exact number is that it closed on Friday. So the point being is that, yes, it's a larger number, but does it purchase more than what it would have at the peak in 1980? And the answer is no. So moving on, I've talked about the Rothschilds and the banking system and on and on. And then I went into a new direction in banking, which is something I've been talking about more and more, and that is the Bank of Dave. There is a movie called The Bank of Dave. It's on some of the providers. You can look it up. I think you have to have access to one of the providers, streaming providers, to watch it. I'm not sure. And I'll get to that more here at the end. But right now, I'm just going to briefly go through this month's report. Of course, we talked about the precious metals. Went in pretty in depth on what we call old energy in the case for oil and what that means, and used a lot of, statistics, data, facts to build our case. We had a nice write-up about Xi Jinping is on thin ice. Certainly there's been problems in all economies worldwide. We focused on the Chinese environment, again, backed it up with a lot of data, so we have a lot of facts to look at. And then we went into our blockchain brief, did an update on Load, did an update on Bitcoin and why it's doing what it's doing. Some cautions there, by the way, what the regulatory updates look like and what it means. And we did half of our company updates because we didn't get reporting on all of them. So we went through the top tier and the mid tier primarily. Also did an update on electric royalties. And we also said to be careful on the uranium market. We have some pretty huge profits on two of our uranium picks. And I just want to make sure that people take partial profits or at least put a stop up on those large profits because you just don't want to see them slip away. And what else? It's pretty much about it. Questions to me that I answered on the report. And also, of course, we do video updates. I did several this month for our premium members on video. So going back to the Bank of Dave, I want to contrast traditional banking and the Bank of Dave. So here are some of the differences. First difference, community versus profit focus. So Bank of Dave primarily focus on serving the local community and supporting small businesses and individuals who may struggle to get financial assistance from traditional banks. Profits are often reinvested in the community or donated to charitable causes. And traditional banks generally operate with the primary goal of maximizing profits for shareholders. Another difference, operational scale and scope. The Bank of Dave operates on a much smaller scale, focusing on a specific locality or community. Traditional banks have a much larger operational scale, offering a wide range of financial services across multiple regions and even globally. Another difference, loan approval process. The Bank of Dave emphasizes personal interactions and assessments in the loan approval process, allowing for a more nuanced understanding of each applicant's situation. This can lead to a higher approval rate for small businesses and individuals overlooked by traditional banks. Traditional banks rely heavily on credit scores, financial history, and algorithms for loan approval. Transparency and trust, two words we like. Bank of Dave aims to build banking relationships based on transparency, trust, and mutual respect. Customers are more likely to understand where their money is going and how it is being used. Traditional banks can often appear opaque in their operations and decision-making processes, with complex fee structures and loan terms that may be difficult for the average customer to understand. And only a couple more to go. Regulatory challenges. Bank of Dave faced significant regulatory hurdles to establish and operate, given the banking regulations are often designed with much larger institutions in mind. This can make it challenging for smaller community-focused banks to get off the ground. Traditional banks, while also subject to strict regulators, larger banks have the resources and experience to navigate these challenges more effectively. They can also influence regulatory frameworks to some extent through lobbying. And lastly, profit distribution, Bank of Dave. Any profits are primarily used to benefit the community, either through reinvestment in local projects or donations to charity. Traditional banks, profits are distributed to shareholders in the form of dividends or reinvested in the bank to fuel further growth and expansion. So that's it. I'm going to stop there. This will be a short one, I hope. Always appreciate any new members, be they free or paid. And I guess lastly, I will say, still focusing on the documentary Silver Sunrise. You can learn more at silversunrise.tv. Our main producer, James Yeager, just put up 2 new videos. I don't know if my webmaster's posted them on that website or not. Probably hasn't had time with all the end of the month doing the report, but regardless, I'm sure he'll have them up there soon. And we're kind of stalled out right now. We've got the script done, a lot of the preliminary stuff done. The foundation is built. We just need some more money to press on and get all these interviews we have lined up in the can, so to speak, so that we can get those and then start the editing process to fulfill the commitment to make the movie. So that's it. David Morgan signing out. 1st of March, 2024.
What if I told you that you could go broke in less than 24 hours? That's how long it took for the Dow Jones Industrial Average to plunge by nearly 22%, losing investors billions overnight. The same happened to the FTX crypto exchange and Terra Luna stablecoin. Both crashed overnight, losing crypto investors billions. You need a strategy that will protect whatever amount of savings you have now. We are going to witness the greatest transfer of wealth that has ever occurred in recorded history, and you must understand the following. You can absolutely go broke in one day. We've been helping subscribers weather this economic mess for years. Now it's time for you to get the same insights. What really happens during a major collapse is that the wealth changes hands. You will actually benefit by looking ahead and knowing exactly how to build and preserve your wealth. Putting just 10% or 20% of your wealth into our approach could make all the difference in your financial security and peace of mind over the next few years. Discover the Morgan Report today. Visit our site at themorganreport.com.